Hello and welcome. This is Diana, and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be for a Life Path 33, and this is going to be for Sagittarius. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm obviously, you probably have been going through like a lot of the energy swings, a lot of the shifts, the reevaluating like what brings you satisfaction, what brings you joy, what is something that is near and dear to your heart that you want to see shifted not only in your reality but like in the environment around you, right? And like through your, it's kind of like what you focus on is going to be what you're projecting out. Pardon me. Yeah, it's literally like kind of like a reevaluation of like where you're currently emanating at, where you've been kind of yeah, it's that understanding or that shifting into like truly understanding like what it is that you desire in your reality. And my throat is like literally closing. So it could be like you finally honoring and speaking into truth, like what brings you happiness, what brings you joy, like what are the aspects that you have to believe in yourself. Like it's like a death to the things that have been kind of impeding or perpetuating your cycle or keeping you in a state of lack, limitation, scared to take a leap of faith. Like it's honoring the setbacks, yeah, and allowing God to like fully like activate. Yeah, I mean, sorry, Sag, maybe you have a lot of prevalent placements in Libra. But it's like, where do you feel like you've been like, they just said a good Samaritan, where you feel like you've been an ample citizen and you just don't see like the what you've been putting out into your reality reflected in your day to day, right? It's like you're leaning into cycles, phases, the ebb and flow, like the sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But it's really like the honoring of like where you find joy in the day to day, the how you are like, oh, what was that from this morning? What was that? There was something that came up in meditation. But like not allowing like your lack and limitations to impede your progress, right? Because like people are going to put those limitations or those perspectives because they don't have that in their frame of mind of reference. And so like how do you honor another's perspective? Because maybe you're in a state or in a place in your life where you're constantly looking outside of yourself or you're constantly needing validation of what your thing you're creating looks like, right? And sometimes it takes a while to overcome like the obstacles we put in our own path or the things that we do not believe, right? Because if you've heard every day like negativity or how you don't fit or you're just always in your head or your head is in the clouds, right? Like you wouldn't honor that journey of like the that this is what success could look like because it's kind of like you've never seen that perception or that projection in your reality, right? And so you have to overcome or overpower the limiting factors. And maybe that's what you're doing as you're getting into a state of creativity. Sorry guys, it's kind of taking me down like a little like energy flow of like the what you've been encountering and what you've had a hard time in releasing. And it's like that, it's activating the inner warrior within you, right? Like activating like so what they're showing me is like somebody who's very playful, very comedic, relying on like their environment of the way that they manifested up until this point, right? And you can think that that is like your main set point, but in actuality, you've yet to step into your north node, right? Your inner lion. And so somebody can be maneuvering as a inner fool, right? Inner like it's almost like a degrading energy within self, and it's like still being happy for what you're creating, but you're still self-degrading. And it's like once you flip the switch and you kind of understand that that's your lower aspect, and then like it's a reactivation of like how successful you've been. I don't know, this is for somebody out there, right? Even if it's for one of you, but it's kind of like you honoring the lack of love or the vibration of up to this point, like the way that you loved self. And like once you flip the script, or once you step into the inner lion, or you step into the inner alchemist, or you step into like your highest timeline, you then let go of like the old vibrational tethers, ties, impediments. Like you got to let go of the past in order to step into the future. And like in order for them to be called on judgment, so that you can then live like your most fruitful, abundant life, like how you find peace in your regular day to day, right? Because there's power in simplicity. And so many people are chasing the dream of thinking, oh, I want to be all around the world, or oh, I want to do X, Y, and Z, but they don't realize like the vibrational, like what is up. It's almost asking too, like for you to activate like through your meditation, like your third eye. Like I don't know if you guys have watched the videos where the kids can read, and their eyes are completely like in darkness, right? And they essentially are continually working that muscle. Maybe you have Scorpio placements too. Um, and it's literally like as you find new ways to create like the financial abundance, or the things that have gotten you into a state of impediment, right? Like the inner knowledge is within your field, it's within your energetic frequency. And so it's like, as you understand, like there are gaps in like whatever obstacles you're impeded by, or whatever things that you're coming up against right now, like honestly, like surrender and ask your guides, ask your angels, ask your ascended masters to truly assist you in releasing any obstacles or impediments that have been caused heavy burdens on your shoulders, right? Whatever things have been keeping you from like you speaking your true divine voice, so that you can step into like the financial abundance that is truly divinely meant for you, right? It's like if you leave the tethers to the old, it's essentially anchoring you so that you cannot step into good fortune and into an abundant life. And so it's like honoring the journey up until the point that you're in now, right? And continually leaning into like, and you got good luck like here twice. Um, and so, if there have been people that are jealous or resentful, or have been bringing out like your obsessive compulsive energies, right? Putting you in your head, and that's a confirmation. Um, like call that forward, right? Call that to the altar, and ask yourself, like in vibration of love and frequency, like how do you honor the inner child that is still activating those energy signatures, right? Because you're essentially just perpetuating the motion of a set energy that you already know. And so it's like being in fair and just and right and balanced, and only working with people who are honorable. And they're also telling me too, like, you could have very well have met people who were dishonorable, to bring to you an understanding of the vibrational frequencies that the individuals are walking with, right? Understanding that that's their self-expression, but like you're also transposing and visually seeing like specifically the energies that they're walking in. And maybe that's also going to be activating to you like a portal of awakening of this creative energy. It's almost like taking the energy that people are stuck with and then putting it into your art, or putting it into like a creative way of moving energy. They're also showing me like needle pointing and like punch needling. I don't know if that's something that you do, or maybe it's something that you want to work through or you want to explore through. Some of you may be having a pregnancy coming up, just because it just like lit up. And there's something in regards to visualizing the idealistic and most peaceful environment that you can be moving in, utilizing in. Yeah. I'm going to leave that there. And one offer is going to be bigger than all the others. It's going to activate a spark of passion in you. There's like all of a sudden, like you're going to go from being like level and kind of like ho hum to being like super excited and super transposed. It's like this spark of creativity. And whatever is sitting on the right side of the body for female energy, left side for male, just honor like that. If any of the story resonated with you, and just tell it that it can leave, that it's time. Some of you may want to watch the sunset today, and pull in the vibration of blue, aquamarine, or yeah, there's like a recalibration of your indigo light. I'm going to leave that there. If something in this resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you would like a reading or a healing, my website is HolisticVibes.org, and the link is in the bio. Until next time, be well. Ciao.